So I first came here in 6th grade, and at first, like, I was okay with the change just because I didn't like the last school. And then when I came, it was super small, but it was actually good for me because I don't like big places, and I like knowing everybody. And so at first, it was kind of scary because everybody was transferring, and so the first week everyone was just kind of separate. But then after that, everybody just clumped in together, and it's like the kids that like normally in another elementary school or in another junior high, they would be known as like the skaters, or somebody would be known as like, oh, one of the people that's obviously going to be a cheerleader when they're older, just like they'd be put in certain cliques. But here we weren't really forced, but it was so small that we were able to experience like different people, like a bunch of different personalities and a bunch of different things that they liked. And so instead of being like just lumped into a certain clique, we were able to like experience more than one like type of personality. At first, I thought it was stupid because I came from like just a public school. And so looking back now, I'm really glad that I like had that strictness or the structure, because like it taught me to, I guess, like follow rules. Like, because when you're older and you go to a job, if you try to not wear their uniform, they're not going to accept that. And so it's like in a school where you get dressed and have to follow the instructions, that will actually help you in everyday life as well, like not just school. I had the same teacher, 6th and 7th grade, and a lot of the time it was hard because we both had like the same personality, like we were both kind of headstrong, but she actually did a lot of fun things with us. Like, because she was like headstrong, she also made sure that like if one person wasn't having fun in the class, she would help that person. She wasn't okay with leaving a few people out. She included everybody. She had activities that everybody would like, and she would even stay after school and say, okay, if anybody needs help with any homework, or if you're not understanding this, you can come to me. And it was way fun. When I stayed there, she brought donuts for us and was like, okay, this is for you working hard, for you staying after. And so it motivated us to stay after and try to get help if we were stuck with something. My 8th grade teacher saved my life in math. We were only in like algebra, I think, here, and she taught us some steps that we didn't need to know in algebra, but she was like, you guys, I know it's hard to learn now, but if you learn what I'm teaching you now, this will help you in high school and for the rest of your life. And everyone's thinking, yeah, right, she just wants to give us a hard time. In 10th grade, Algebra 2, the hardest thing that nobody could understand, and I could understand it. And I called her up later and I said, you know what, thank you so much for teaching me that, because like I have a hard enough time with math as it is, but because you showed me these specific formulas and worked with me until I understood them, now I have it completely, and it was so much easier for me to actually understand because I'd been taught that before. So the teachers, they definitely go the extra mile to help the students, and it's not just a job. Like, you can tell that they really care about the students and want them to succeed in whatever they do. And like the secretaries, when I was here, I could always talk to them, like if I was walking down the hall during lunch, hi, how are you, and they were always nice. And it's like, if I had a problem with a teacher, or if I had a problem or complaint or anything, I could tell them, and I felt like my opinion was heard and it mattered.